Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we're diving into a major development that's raising serious questions about transparency and accountability at the highest levels of government. The Department of Justice has come under intense scrutiny after reports emerged that it withheld and even removed certain documents from the public release of Jeffrey Epstein's files, documents that appear to tie directly to allegations against President Donald Trump. This isn't just about old associations. It's about potential cover-ups and what that means for public trust in our institutions. Let's break it down step by step, based on the latest investigations and what's been uncovered so far. To set the stage, recall that the Epstein files were mandated for release under recent legislation aimed at shedding light on the late financier's network and the crimes he committed. The DOJ, now led by Attorney General Pam Bondi, announced the publication of millions of pages last month, claiming it was a comprehensive disclosure. But independent reviews by journalists and lawmakers are telling a different story. According to a detailed probe by NPR, dozens of pages seem to be missing from the public database, particularly those linked to accusations that Trump sexually abused a woman when she was underage. These aren't minor omissions. They include FBI interview records with the accuser, who reportedly described incidents dating back to the early 1980s, around the time Epstein allegedly began abusing her as well. What makes this especially troubling is the pattern. The files in question were part of materials originally produced during Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal trial, Epstein's convicted accomplice. An evidence log from that case lists about 325 FBI witness statements known as 302 reports. Yet more than 90 of those, over a quarter, aren't in the DOJ's online repository. Among the absent ones are at least 3 interviews with this specific woman who detailed her claims against both Epstein and Trump. Only one of her statements made it to the public files, and notably, it omits any mention of Trump entirely. Analysts who've combed through the DOJ's tracking system estimate at least 50 pages related to her account were held back. Now, the Justice Department has pushed back, insisting nothing was deleted outright. In official statements, they've explained that documents could be withheld if they're duplicates, protected by privilege, or connected to an active federal probe. But critics aren't buying it. For one, these missing reports don't appear to be duplicates. There's no sign of equivalent documents elsewhere in the release. Privilege claims like deliberative process or attorney-client protections don't seem to fit either, as these are witness statements to FBI agents, not internal government deliberations. That leaves the possibility of an ongoing investigation. Is the DOJ quietly signaling that Trump himself is under some form of active scrutiny? If so, that would be a stunning admission, especially given the administration's repeated assurances that the files fully exonerate him. Democratic lawmakers, including members of the House Oversight Committee, have seized on this. One representative highlighted the discrepancy, questioning whether the Trump administration is complying with the law that required full transparency. They've pointed to the accuser's serious allegations and demanded answers. Why hide these specific records? Independent media outlets echo that concern. PBS NewsHour reported on the withheld portions, noting they contain direct references to Trump in the context of abuse claims. And Truthout went further, suggesting files mentioning Trump were either removed or never added to the database from the start. This isn't happening in a vacuum. Trump's name pops up hundreds of times across the released Epstein documents, far more than many other figures. An internal FBI email from last year even flagged salacious information related to him. While no explosive new evidence has surfaced yet that directly implicates him in Epstein's crimes, the sheer volume of mentions underscores their well-known friendship. Trump has long maintained he cut ties with Epstein after learning of his behavior, banning him from Mar-a-Lago. But some lawmakers who've reviewed unredacted files argue otherwise, claiming they show a different narrative. Adding to the fire, this bombshell dropped just ahead of Trump's State of the Union address, casting a shadow over what was meant to be a triumphant moment. Former FBI officials have called it a poorly done cover-up, suggesting the mishandling is so evident it undermines any attempt at discretion. And internationally, the fallout is rippling. Some high-profile individuals named in the files have already resigned from their posts. Look, as we analyze this, it's clear the DOJ's actions raise red flags about selective transparency. If these withholdings are legitimate, why not explain them more clearly? And if they're not, it points to a deeper issue. Using legal loopholes to shield powerful figures from scrutiny, victims and the public deserve the full truth, not redactions that conveniently align with political interests. On a quick side note, as we navigate these complex stories in 2026, I've been focusing on small ways to stay grounded amid the chaos. One simple upgrade for me has been switching to a better coffee routine with Bean Boost. Their premium pods come in rich flavors crafted by expert roasters, turning my morning brew into something special. The Ethiopian blend is my current favorite. bold and smooth with notes of berry and chocolate. It's pre-measured, no fuss, and if you subscribe, it arrives right at your door. For a limited time, our viewers can get 15% off your first order with code NEWS15 at beanboost.com. That's beanboost.com, promo code NEWS15. Tell them we sent you. Your mornings will thank you. Back to the story. The White House has reiterated that the files contain nothing incriminating against the president, and the DOJ promises to review any flagged documents for possible republication. But with outlets like the New York Times and Wall Street Journal now amplifying these gaps, pressure is mounting for a special review or even judicial oversight. Remember, earlier attempts by bipartisan lawmakers to involve a judge were rebuffed by the administration, arguing no court has jurisdiction here. In the end, this saga isn't just about one set of files. It's about ensuring our justice system operates without fear or favor. As more details emerge, we'll keep watching closely. If you're following along, hit that subscribe button. Let's aim for 8 million strong. Thanks for tuning in and stay informed.